Friends. What was I saying? Oh yeah. Friends, it's a special day today for you and me. We're headed up to the Wasatch EuroFest to take in the premier Euro event in Utah. And not only that, but because my CLK AMG is not up and running yet, my friend Alex blessed me with what's under this cover, which is a 2021 AMG GT Black Series. I'm gonna give you all my impressions of driving this amazing car. I'm gonna show you guys all the sights and sounds of the Wasatch EuroFest, and we're gonna get into all of that right now. The other reason that I'd been blessed with the GT Black Series is that my friend Alex was currently preoccupied with his new toy, this Audi S1 built by Group B Garage. And obviously I can't complain because the GT AMG Black Series is quite a treat. Is this load in? Alright, this is Alex's car. Yeah, and he's got the Quattro behind me. Where do you want me?
Alright, so we're gonna park you guys right up front.
Okay.
I'll put you guys right here in this kind of corner.
I don't normally get this treatment, but you know, driving Alex's car is doing a little something more than nothing, and I like to call it a GT Black Series. Loading into the Wasatch EuroFest, we were put front and center, but we were just a few of the many shining stars of the show. My ex came through, the Turbo 300 CE Benz, making an appearance thanks to Luca, the new owner, who was holding it down for the other category, surprisingly, which is Mercedes-Benz. Hey. Now that we were settled in, it was time to take in the show. And we have arrived. Hell yeah. This is exciting. On many, many levels. I mean, driving this car is exciting. Being at the show is exciting. And what we got coming up when we get to drive this car back home, that's going to be exciting. The Wasatch EuroFest, while primarily a vag party, VW and Audi are some of my early fetishes, and I did find some cars that I thought were super cool, like this BMW 2002 that was very clean, this Rally Golf that has a G60 motor, all-wheel drive. Of course, the Scirocco is an early favorite, just a great styling, classic VW model. There was some Benz holding it down, like this W210 sitting on Carlsons. Carlsons are cool, rare wheels, in my opinion. And then a spattering of other Volkswagen and Audi, with this Audi S2 Avant being one of my favorites, of course due to the 5-cylinder turbo motor. Right, so we closed it out, shut it down. Wasatch EuroFest was epic, and Alex here with the S1, he got most unique, which was cool. This was definitely gonna get best other, or maybe even best in show, but we didn't get a number on it, so it didn't get judged, which is fine because now I'm gonna get in it and I'm gonna judge it over the hill, and we're gonna check that out. All right, so that's a wrap on EuroFest. Now on to the good part, Black Series things. It's been a long day. I don't know how much I'm going to be able to spit out, but we're going to go up this little mountain here, and I'm just going to get the vibes. We're in Sport Plus mode. That's 720 horsepower, 590 foot-pounds of torque, and good God! Here we go! Whoa! here in the canyon, I'm not looking to swap ends. I'm not looking to upset people. So, you know, we're just cruising around, kind of feeling it, listening to it, and experiencing more than we did on the highway up to EuroFest. And just wow. I mean, if I can get behind this thing on the track sometime, that would be amazing. Believe it or not, I do actually have a little bit of experience
What's it like to be handed the keys to a GT Black Series? Exhilarating? Yeah. Despite its power, the drive is confidence instilling, allowing you to drive hard without requiring a lot of talent. And it's capable of handling date nights if you're willing to risk handing the keys to the valet. The next day, you could be taking it to the track thanks to its adjustability and track focus. And in terms of looks, I'm into the Batmobile. It gets a lot of attention, and so if you're feeling a little Bruce Wayne, this checks all the boxes.
Anyway, friends, it was a good day. Maybe one of the best days in recent history. Wasatch EuroFest was amazing. GT-AMG Black Series, amazing. People that we networked with and met today were great. And, you know, the fact that my buddy let me get my hands on this car, it's all just amazing. So what can I say? All I can say is, love the ones you're with. Keep on Benzing the Benzes, Audi at the Audis, and, you know, BMV and the BMWs. And we'll catch you on the next Get that?
Yeah.
Horizontal.